What's up, y'all? It is April 17th, 2019. And today we're going to talk about Russell Wilson's ridiculously large contract. The man said, look, listen here, Seattle. Fuck what y'all got to say. If y'all don't pay me by April 15th, I'm demanding a trade. I want to get the fuck out of here. Seattle said, we're not even going to fuck around with you right now. You are franchise quarterback. We know you can take us to a Super Bowl and win us a Super Bowl. Here you go. 4 years, $140 million with 65 guaranteed. He's going to be making $35 million a year, more than Aaron Rodgers' $33 million a year. Now, this contract is very polarizing. Number one, you got one side of the crowd that are like, you guys, he is damaging that cap. He's eating up all the cap. The Seattle Seahawks are investing in so much cap room, so much money in one position, in one player. They won't be able to, sign Frank Clark. They won't be able to get any other weapons for him on the offensive side of the ball. They won't get him any offensive linemen. He's just sucking up all the cap. Then you got the other crowd that's like, listen, man, Russell Wilson is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Top 10, arguably top 5. He has an impressive resume. Even when they took weapons away from him, he was still successful, mega successful. The man fills the seats in CenturyLink Field in Seattle. The man knows how to play football. He is one of the best. We have to pay him. They had to pay him. I'm on both sides. And this is proof why the NFL needs to abolish the fucking salary cap. Listen, do I think Russell Wilson deserves that type of money, $35 million a year? Hell fucking yes. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. And he's averaged, since he's been in the league, he's averaged 12 wins. In a down year, he goes 10-6. That's a down year for him. 10-6. Hell fucking yes, he deserved the money. Now, do I think he was selfish in a way? Absolutely. It's rare that you find people like Tom Brady, Tim Duncan, upper echelon GOATs. Even Michael Jordan was like this. Take in less money so you can bring in talent around you so you can have more success, championship level success. That's a rare breed. You don't have that many people. Dirk Nowitzki, you don't have that many people, players who are willing to do that. And I understand why they aren't. Because when you look at Russell Wilson, he plays the hardest position in arguably all of sports. Quarterback is one of the hardest positions to play. Your mind has to be sharp, and you have to be on your shit at all times. You have to know what your offensive linemen are doing. You have to know their responsibilities. You have to know your receivers, your running backs. You have to know every single fucking thing. You have to be able to read defenses in a flash. You have to be able to make pinpoint passes. Quarterback is one of the hardest, arguably the hardest position in sports. He deserved every fucking penny. But at the same time, he really did put Seattle in a bind. Are they going to be able to re-sign Frank Clark? Probably not. Are they going to get some top receiver, top O-line, like offensive tackle, left tackle? Are they going to get a top-notch running back? Because Rashad Penny's not, like panning out. Chris Carson, he's okay. What about on the defensive side of the ball? Earl Thomas left because he couldn't get paid. So, yes, he deserved his money, but he put Seattle in such a salary cap hole. They won't be able to, they're not going to another Super Bowl. I'm sorry. With Russell Wilson making that much money, unless they completely abolish the cap or they raise the cap so much to where NFL teams can pay whoever they want, whenever they want, they're not winning a Super Bowl. They're not even going to make it to the NFC Championship game. No matter how talented Russell Wilson is, no matter how talented he is not talented enough to take his team to the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl by himself. Not even the great Aaron Rodgers can do that. And I think Aaron Rodgers is the most talented quarterback I've ever seen in my life. So the NFL really needs to do away with the salary cap, to be quite honest, because teams are going to, top players are not getting paid nearly what they should be paid. Number one, they're not. I think top players in the NFL, and that encompasses like quarterback, cornerback, like all the tough positions, offensive tackle, defensive end, they should be paid like baseball players, in my honest opinion, because they bring so much to the team. And a lot of these players, the second level players, they're getting underpaid. They're getting vastly underpaid. We need to get rid of the salary cap. We have to get rid of it. It makes no sense. If a team has the means to pay all of their players well, not take any shortcuts, not take any discounts, they should do that. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, the salary cap is needed because it brings fairness to the NFL and all this other shit. It brings balance. Does it really bring balance? Look at the New England Patriots. They have won 6 Super Bowls in the last 2 decades. And every time you look at it, it's the same teams winning every year, basically. Patriots, Steelers winning all these games, you know. And the NFC is more competitive, but in the AFC side, it's either the Ravens, Steelers, it used to be the Colts. It's the same teams generally. So is there really any balance? Really? I think bringing balance and parity to the NFL when it comes to salary cap is such a weak argument, because we're seeing that it's not really true. The evidence is right there. The stats back it up. If a team has the means to pay all of its players fairly and handsomely, they should do so without having any salary cap restrictions. In my honest opinion, the NFL needs to abolish the salary cap. Russell Wilson is just his contract, and there's going to be many other contracts. And the next 2 years, there's going to be 6 or 7 players that are going to be the highest paid players in NFL history. This is just the tip of the iceberg. But I think the Russell Wilson deal, with him forcing Seattle's hand, and him forcing their hand, and them like they had to pay him, but they have to come to the realization that they're not going to be a Super Bowl level team because they can't put anything around him. This is going to be the catalyst that is going to strengthen the argument that, hey, we should do away with the fucking salary cap. It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. Get rid of it. Pay the players. Pay the top tier guys what they're really worth. Because NFL players, top tier NFL players, are being vastly underpaid. Now, I know people are going to be like, they're getting paid millions. They don't need all this money to throw a ball and all this shit. Listen, man. These players generate billions of dollars. They generate billions of dollars. Pay them accordingly. Just because, listen, I'm sick and tired of people using we get to throw a ball in the hoop or throw balls this way. Listen, they are doing something. Number one, they're generating billions of dollars doing that little thing that you're trying to devalue. And number two, they are doing something that only a handful of people on the fucking planet can do. I go to the gym every day and bust my ass. There is no fucking way I'm going to be able to bench press 500 pounds. Squat 700 pounds, run a 4.40, being able to throw a pass in a tight window, being able to run over defensive linemen as a running back, being able to smash a quarterback as a linebacker. No matter what I do, I will never be able to achieve that. You are paying these players on God-given ability, God-given talent that most people, 99% of people on the planet, will not be able to do. So think before you try to devalue these players and what they should be making and all this shit. Don't ever do that. I hate that. Don't ever fucking do that. They're getting paid, they're getting vastly underpaid for the amount of money that they generate. This is my last thing I'm going to say. Just get rid of the fucking salary cap. Russell Wilson got what he deserved. He deserved every penny of that money. And yes, he did put his team in a salary cap bind. But at the end of the day, he still deserved it. And he should fight for what he deserves. All right, you guys. Follow your boy on Instagram, JarrodJohn1991. That's JarrodJohn1991. I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.